rundown.
Hi, making prime rib on the Traeger grill today. So we got a fresh prime rib we wet aged for 1 week in the refrigerator. Took it out of the package and I dry aged it for 10 days. Trimmed it up, seasoned it. We're going to try to pack it on. I've never used this before. It's a rib rack. Try to squeeze it in there. And the way this is shaped, as the rib cooks, it should compress tighter. I'm not going to tie it up with butcher's twine. I'm going to just try this rack. So we'll put it in there, see if it fits. Put it on the Traeger.
So you put it in upside down.
That is preheating. Got to pack it in there. So there it is. We'll put it on the Traeger at 225 degrees for about 3.5 to 4 hours till the internal temperature hits about 110. Then we'll crank the heat up. It's going to be a reverse sear. So we're doing low temp for the 3.5 to 4 hours till the internal temperature is 110. We'll crank it up. We'll get a nice crust on it. Pull it off, wrap it up in foil, let it sit for about 30 minutes. The temperature will probably rise 5 to 10 degrees. So our goal is around 120 internal temperature to have medium rare. So we'll put it on the Traeger. Thank you.
You're welcome. Go.
So just a little update on the aging process. I wet aged it, left it in the cryovac bag, like I said, for a week. You leave it in there for a couple weeks. A gas forms, gets a little funky smelling. I don't like to leave it in there over 2 weeks. But when I dry aged it, I took it off. I actually rinsed it off, patted it dry, set it on this rack so it's up, not pooling in blood, and just set it in the refrigerator uncovered for 10 days. So that's the aging process. Hi, so we pulled the prime rib off after 3 hours and 10 minutes. Got an internal temperature of about 120 degrees, 130, depends on where we stick it. It'll continue to climb 5 to 10 degrees. We'll wrap it in tin foil and let it rest. And it should hopefully be medium rare. Well, time will tell. Goodbye. So here's our finished prime rib. Just a quick recap. We aged it, wet aged it, dry aged it, trimmed it up a bit, seasoned it with a light coating of mustard, and then some prime rib seasoning. Put it on the Traeger smoker at 220 degrees for 3 hours. Then I ramped it up to 400 degrees for about 10 minutes. We brought it in and it's been resting under tin foil for about 40 minutes now. So we're just going to cut into it and see how it looks. We've never done this on a grill before. Obviously the ends are going to be the most done. Looks very juicy.
That's good.
Looking pretty good. And a little sample here. I'm preheating the plates because it cools off so quick. We got the hungry crew in the other room, and we passed the salads and everything else around because the prime rib does cool off extremely fast. Oh, mercy.
Good?
That's really good.
Okay. It's a success. Looks delicious. And we have the plate in the oven, staying warm. So when we put it on it, it doesn't cool it down. All the precautions. Delicious. And we'll probably bring them in as we're cutting them.
Extremely juicy. You can see the...
Oh yeah, that's nice. I think it's still mooing.
Well, the end cuts are going to be the most done in the center, medium rare. We have some au juice in a pan that's hot here. We can, if it's too rare for somebody, we just drop it into the au juice for a minute or less, and it'll finish cooking it.
Delicious. Okay, looks good.
There's a lot of, I was watching a documentary, a lot of
Just take it.
like theft in like the ATM machines.
How done do you want, Allie?
Like where they charge.
I will take that piece.
before
just want to try
Yeah,
it.
the exchange is so.
All
Yeah.
concept of what you're.
Even when we were in Greece, I did that. I was like doing the calculation. I'm like, oh yeah, this is a good exchange rate, and then I recalculated after, and I was like, that's not
The
right.
plate is hot, so don't touch it.
Good.
Oh, good.
All right, I'm gonna give it a try.
Alright.
Here goes. Oh my goodness.
Prime rib.
Wow.
Oh, Dad. You killed it.
Delicious.
So good.
It's great.
Wow.